Well, that did not last very long. Not even as long as we all expected. I know we all said, let's not undermine UAE. Let's expect some fight. We said all of those things. But again, India is just far, far superior when we compare these two teams. And it was completely on display. India dominated from ball one, 58, 57 runs, all out UAE. Shamik, are there any takeaways that you take from this match?
No, absolutely not. See, I mean, maybe Surya missed a trick by not batting first, because they would have had a feel. This was basically, but this was a virtual sort of warm up game before the big game against Pakistan. Although Pakistan is also not India's standards, India are way too far ahead in terms of class and quality. But then again, Pakistan would be a serious opponent. UAE are not. Maybe Surya would have, if he would have chosen to bat first, then uh, they would have batted for 20 overs. They would have gotten a feel of the conditions. Players would have gotten a bit of a batting time out there in the middle. From our point of view, from newspapers, I mean, from media houses' point of view, it's the earlier it ends, it's better in terms of our deadline. In fact, we have to meet the deadline. So, from our point of view, Surya did the right thing, but maybe he missed a trick by. And once again, it was just the way the match panned out. It was just a waste of time.
Yeah. A lot of people, even in that pre-show live as well, everyone said that we were wrong about Sanju Samson and this and that. But we can't decide the playing 11. All we can do is try to understand what is going on or what the combination looks like from what we're seeing in the practice sessions, what we're hearing from our sources, and from what we looked at, whether it be Bharat or Rohit Juglan. What they saw in the practice sessions, they reported, and from that we speculated what the playing 11 could be like. So it's not as if we're going to be predicting the right playing 11 every single time. That's impossible to do. Ashok also joined us. Ashok, what do you say? What are your takeaways from the game?
Hi, Gargi. I think if I were to kind of sum it up in two lines, for India, this was important because it was critical to get the momentum going from the first match onwards. While for UAE, the host nation, it was really about belief. It was the fact that they could play on the world stage and take on the current world champions. And I think, irrespective of how the match played out, I think that credo still holds good.
Boria, we were talking about me and Shomik, before we went live, we were saying, well, they could have just given this to India. There was absolutely no fight from UAE whatsoever. But that little moment in the game where Surya Kumar Yadav retrieved or withdrew that appeal, when who was it? I think it was Kaushik, if I'm not wrong. Who was no, it wasn't.
The,
Yeah,
the
it was
ninth
Kaushik.
wicket, 55 for 8. Yeah, 55
Yeah,
for
yeah,
8.
yeah. When he was standing outside the crease, Sanju Samson, that was very, very observant from Sanju Samson to get that stumping, but at the same time, uh, Surya Kumar Yadav withdrawing that appeal. What did you think of that?
See, it was one of those games where India can afford to do all of that, right? I mean, you play within the spirit. You won it. Shomik said it very well at the start of the 5 p.m. show that this will be a kind of a warm up match, which is what it was. It was like a Grand Slam first round, 6-0, 6-0. Any Grand Slam champion comes and hammers and gets himself into groove. That's what everybody expected, and that's what it turned out to be. But then, did you expect anything else? I mean, this was always going to be this, and now the tempo will heat for the Pakistan game, because on Sunday it will be a different game. Same stadium, different game, tempo, intensity, competition, all of that will happen. I thought Kuldeep Yadav got confidence boost. I thought he was excellent. He had to bowl those balls. However much you say, Shomik again made this point in our 5 o'clock show that Kuldeep Yadav needed that confidence boost. So India gave him that. Sanju Samson did not get a bat. That's again something that was expected. I thought all of the good for India to bowl. Varun got it over, Kuldeep got it, Hardik got it, every bowler got their active. So it was exactly what the doctor ordered for India, Gandhi, and they've got it set up for Pakistan, which is the big game.
Shamik, what did you think of the pitch? How the way that it was playing out? There were, it was quite keeping quite low as well.
See, I mean, pitch was basically redundant in this game. I mean, when when the gulf is so big, I mean, it's a huge, it is humongous, yeah, in terms of quality and class. Pitch is sort of redundant. In this heat, the Dubai pitch will play like this in every game, irrespective of whether you are leaving a bit of grass on it or not. I mean, you have to leave a bit of grass on this pitch because of the heat. Otherwise, it will crack, it will break. So, from that point of view, you have to leave a little bit of grass just to hold the surface, nothing else. It would be slower going ahead, it would be lower. Everything that is in these conditions. Uh, but again, see, in Dubai, unlike Sharjah, Dubai sometimes helps. I don't know during this time of the year, but sometimes it helps the fast bowlers in terms of they get. If you look at even at the Champions Trophy, the opener Shami backed a 5-4. uh, Shahin Shah Afridi has a very good record at this venue at DSC. So from that point of view, the ball will move a bit. The ball will move a bit if we are if we when we are talking about serious contest. This was not a serious contest, but going ahead, India will face serious opponents, and those factors will come into play. Um, all said and done, even Pakistan. And once again, I repeat, maybe if I'm just nitpicking, you can accuse me of nitpicking, but I would have liked to see Surya batting first, given that given that India would have batted for 20 overs, batters would have gotten decent time out there in the middle. So all said and done, because once they decided to bowl first and UAE UAE took the first strike, it was done and dusted. It was always going to be a truncated game.
Absolutely. Before I go to Ashok Boria, a lot of hatred here for our reporters on the field who said or tried to speculate that Sanju Samson will not play basis on what was going on in the practice sessions. A lot of hate coming in since the team sheet has been released.
See, it's very simple. Firstly, it's not our reporters who said it, it's every reporter who said it. In fact, in our pre show at 5 p.m., people were saying Crick Info has said it, Crick Buzz has said it, Sports Duck has said it, X Duck and Y Duck has said it. It is not about who said it. The fact is, reporters report what they are seeing in front of them. And as I always say, and Shomik and I were making this point, reporters are not the team management. Eventually, it is on the team management to decide who plays and who will not play. Reporters will report basis what they have seen. In the last few days, they have seen Sanju Samson, Jitesh Sharma practice ahead of Sanju Samson, and they felt that this is an indication. If this is an imputation that somebody has PR, then every journalist present in Dubai has some PR agenda against Sanju Samson, which is nonsense. It's as simple as that. And I'm not speaking here for my reporters, whether it is Rohit Juglan or Bharat Ramraj. In fact, Bharat Ramraj is the last person to have an agenda against anybody. So I'm speaking on behalf of every journalist who has actually said the same, because our viewers only pointed out that all these platforms, Click Info, Click Buzz, Sports Duck, A Duck, B Duck, everybody has reported the same. So the fact of the matter is, reporters will report based on what they see and what they assume. They will get some right, they will get a couple wrong. And in this case, Sanju Samson was preferred, and welcome it. I have said 150 times, Sanju Samson, if he is not part of the team, it will be injustice or unfair. So the fact that India played him is absolutely perfect. If you want to take dig at reporters for reporting why X or Y, then no sports journalist will ever go and report. If you think anybody will have 100% record, nobody will. And if these viewers think that they know more more cricket, then why don't they join the profession and come and report? They are armchair idiots who will come and say all this and take these gigs. So I don't take them seriously ever. It is their job to come and troll. They will troll tomorrow. I mean, you know my stance on trolls. I never take trolls seriously. They are not reporters. They will never be. They will not put in the hard yards. They are there to troll if there is one thing that goes against a particular reporter. So don't take them seriously. They are not even relevant to any reporter. Not for our own people. For any reporter who is fighting out there in that 43 degree centigrade heat. Forget about them. You can just focus on the match.
Absolutely. Ashok, tell us about the conditions over there. A lot of people asking about the outfield. Was it incredibly slow? And I also want to know about, the build up inside the stadium, because from what I was looking at, it looked like there were quite a few empty seats in the stadium.
Yeah, so let me take that first. I think it was a bit sparse in terms of the fill up of the stadium. I'm hopeful that by Sunday the crowd should pick up, but for today for sure it wasn't good enough. I would say in terms of the filling up of the stadium. I think the outfield definitely was slow. I think, especially compared to the match yesterday, and we talked about that in the pre-show, it did look a bit slow. And I think we'll have to wait and see how it pans out. But I think I just wanted to add that given that all the bowlers that India employed, got a fair amount of opportunity to perform. Kuldeep, of course, led it with 4 wickets for 7 runs, but Shivam Dube also got 3 for 4 runs. Varun, Aksar, and Bumrah also getting in one apiece. So I think that really sets the tone, like we spoke in the pre-show, much like what Rashid Khan did for Afghanistan, getting his players to limber up to kind of get a sense of the field and the playing conditions. I think that's a good thing for India.
Yeah, I think Bharat is waiting at the back end, is what he's saying. Can you get him in? He's saying he's waiting at the back end for
He's
five
not in the
minutes.
back end. He's not in the back end. Can't see him. Can't see him. Um, Shamik, it's the first game for the Indian team, and everyone is already talking about how this tournament is a flop.
Uh, Gargi, can you please come again?
I'm saying a lot of people are already saying that this tournament is a flop. It's India's first game.
I mean, people, a lot of people. I mean, you would find those comments on social media, which I don't take seriously. Coming to Sanju Samson, one thing. At the end of the day, whatever, I mean, see, Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't have 100% penalty conversion rate, right? Even Cristiano Ronaldo misses penalties. It is same. It is pretty similar with the reporters. Sometimes we score, sometimes we miss. This is part of our job. That is, I mean, in every profession, you cannot be perfection. You cannot achieve in any profession. You cannot achieve perfection. It is beyond human limit. Number one. Number two is that at the end of the day, a fair call has been made. So celebrate that. If India, in hindsight, and hindsight gives you an advantage, if India, in hindsight, would have picked Jitesh Sharma, that would have been unfair on Sanju Samson, who has been doing brilliantly over the past 10 odd months, right? So Jitesh Sharma, just on the basis of one IPL, what he has done, especially in the final or the match that took them to the final, coming and replacing Sanju Samson would have uh, would have been contradictory as far as the consistent. I mean, this team speaks about maintaining consistency, and that would have been a serious contradiction. So at the end of the day, the team management was right, and we have no hesitation in admitting that a fair call has been made. Also, I must mention when the reporters and everyone was saying that there was no, including me, was saying there was no place for Sanju Samson in the playing 11. Only Sunil Gavaskar said, yes, there is a place for Sanju Samson in the playing 11. Only Sunil Gavaskar said. And that's why he's the master. That's why he's the master. So, I mean, there should be no hesitation as a reporter to tip my hat to someone who is a bona fide legend, who is one of the all-time greats in the history of the game. His observation was better than me. His observation was better than us, and that was expected.
Now, let me answer a few questions. Vivek Banerjee, you are saying that Juglan is whatever, whatever. I think this tournament is a joke and whatever is a joke. You think you're God's gift to mankind. You yourself are a joke. That's what you are. You're a troll, damn it. Ultimately, you're a troll. If this tournament is a joke, what right do you have to come to a show on this tournament and comment? It's at 10 p.m. Go and have a glass of the champagne and go to sleep. What are you doing here? You're wasting your time, our time, everybody's time at home. Go and watch Netflix. Come on, relax, give yourself a break, man. Enjoy life. If Jublan is a joke or anybody is a joke, this tournament is a joke. Think how big a joke you are that you're actually watching a show about a tournament which is itself a joke. Come on, spare us all. I've seen these people for the longest time. And honestly, I mean, even my daughter is laughing at you. She's 12 years old. So that big a joke you are. And coming to the others, everybody in the world is a joker except you think you people are, right? You're the masters of cricket. You're the masters of Olympic sport. You're the masters of every sport. You know what you guys are? You guys are trolls. You have found out a thing where you will come at every journalist. And by the way, as Shumik said, every journalist in Dubai had made the same observation. So whoever is doing or is part of this profession is a joke, except you people. So fair enough. Why don't you come and take over the profession and start to report and make some money yourselves, rather than sitting in your armchair and becoming this all-knowing, how do I put it? This be all and end all of cricket. Come on, for God's sake. Truth is a bitter pill, indeed, Vivek. That is why you're a troll. Truth is a bitter pill. Accept the bitter pill and stop your joke. Move away from this show because there's no point you wasting our time. Rather, let me come and answer a couple of questions. Shubhi, this match, or Ashok rather, this match doesn't give us anything for Pakistan. It doesn't. We know nothing as far as this match, okay, except a couple of overs of Kuldeep or a couple of overs of Varun. I don't think this match will give India even 1% in terms of preparation for Pakistan. Ashok, do you think that is a problem? Pakistan played a tri nation with Afghanistan and with the others. Are they better prepared compared to India going into Sunday? Because the only competitive match that India played is this rather one-sided nonsense which got over in 5 overs. So will India be underdone for Sunday? Is what I'm asking you, Ashok.
Yeah, I think the popular opinion here, and I was speaking to a couple of people here. People said that India perhaps gave up the chance to bat first and really get a good total up on the cards. And I think, given that they wrapped up this match in 4.3 overs, yes, the bowlers did get a chance to kind of show their talent. But I think to finish off this entire match in 4.3 overs gives us nothing to really prepare for not just the Sunday match versus Pakistan, but even for a tournament where India will take on other players. I think it's an opportunity lost, and I think it's something to think about for sure.
Sumit, are we underdone for Pakistan who have played a tri nation?
To start with, you never know which Pakistan would turn up. I mean, this is the most unpredictable cricket team on the planet. So you never know which Pakistan would turn up. Yes, absolutely right. If uh, if I'm allowed to stretch the limit a bit, I would say a couple of positives. One is that Kuldeep, 4 wickets, and wickets are wickets in an international fixture. That will, I mean, when you have wickets in that wickets column, that will give you some confidence going ahead. And also Shibam Dube 3 wickets. It's only UAE, fine, but that Shibam Dube is not expected to take 3 wickets or run through a side against serious opponents. But what it can do, that could have a trickle down effect to his batting. Once you have taken 3 wickets in a competitive fixture, in an international fixture, you are in a good mind space, you are in a good head space. And that good head space can allow a trickle down effect and that might bolster his batting. These are the, if I'm allowed to stretch the limit a bit too far, then these are two takeaways for me.
Bharat, your thoughts? I mean, he's trying hard to get his internet going and he's repeatedly coming and going. By the way, anyone who is seeing, right? Ashok is there, the temperatures out there is still 37, 38. Bharat Ramraj has walked about a kilometer and more, and his internet is still not allowing him to join the show. So just understand, it is difficult for these journalists to try and do what they are. So while you jump and say what they are, just and call them names. You must just think of the hard work they put in. And by the way, Rohit Juglan or whoever for that matter, nobody is underground. They are my journalists. I will make sure they are overground and do 25 shows. Leave that to me. If somebody says, or underground, you will see 20 shows from Rohit Juglan. Every hour I put him on the channel. That's my responsibility and my problem. You all want to troll, come and troll me. I've been, trolled for 2 years, and here I am leading India's leading sports company. So don't come and troll one of my journalists and think you'll get away with that. It's not happening. Gargi, same question for you. Sunday, Shomik made this point about the bowling. Will the batting be a bit underdone against the Pakistan fast bowlers, you reckon? Because it is a good bowling attack, and Pakistan, buoyed by that win against Afghanistan in the final, Mohammad Nawaz, 5 wickets, and all of that. Do you think the batting, now that we did not get an opportunity to bat, only batted 5 overs, will that be a bit problematic going into Sunday?
I don't really think so. I think this is a very, very strong Indian batting lineup. You've got, I think the real magic for India lies when it comes to batting lies in the top order, and it's always been the case when we talk about the white ball teams, especially T20. The way that Abhishek Sharma has been batting, it's phenomenal. Shubman Gill there to support him. You essentially bat till number 8,
Eight. Yeah.
number 9 till Aksar Patel. You've got you bat pretty deep, and that's the best case scenario. That's always been in the recent past with Gautam Gambhir at the helm. You always saw that India has batted till number 8, and we're getting that. We're still getting that. Even when you have three spinners in the team, you're batting till 8. So I think this is the best combination that you could have come up with. Honestly, we were all saying that we don't see a place for Sanju Samson, but that's now that he's back in the team, or he's in the team, it gives you that extra pure batter option as well. So I don't think the batting is undercooked at all.
Shomik, your thoughts? Yeah.
No, even in that mini game, something that struck me. Surya came at number 3. It was not Sanju Samson or Tilak Verma. So going ahead, is this going to be Team India's batting template? Surya at number 3. So this is one
That is
question.
the template. That is the template. Surya will be 3, Tilak 4, Sanju 5.
Then that is fine. But hopefully Sanju will cope batting at number 5, because he has predominantly been a top order batsman. Hope he will go. But then again, this India team has a clear template. It is there is no power play overs or something like that. All 20 overs are power play overs, and you motor along. Whoever is batting, irrespective of their batting position, they motor along. So from that point of view, I don't think Sanju will have to change his game.
Last few minutes on the show, India chose to have a bat conservative. India should have chosen to bat. Okay, conservative approach. Shoykot Chatterjee. Ashok, do you agree with that? India should have chosen to bat first, but then you would have said, okay, the bowlers were a bit. You ultimately play to win. You play to win commandingly. You gave all your bowlers a go. You think they did the right thing by just going in with their strength, finish the game off? Ashok.
Yeah, I think in the pre-match show we spoke about how you look at the conditions, you look at the opposition, you look at your own strengths and weaknesses, and then figure out what you want to do. I was referring to the match yesterday where Rashid Khan got Janat Kareem to come in and bowl a couple of overs. The first one he gave away 16 runs, but I think that's part of the game plan in terms of saying how I'm going to give exposure to my entire bowling unit. And I think from that point of view, the team would definitely have thought through what they wanted to do after the toss. But I would still maintain that this was a great opportunity to get some batting in. I think when Sharafu started off with that flyer in the beginning, I thought it is going to be a tall score or at least a medium order score. And if that had been, I think India would have got an opportunity to go out there and start scoring a little bit more. And I think that would have done the team, I think, a world of good, given that we've got this match against Pakistan coming up on Sunday.
Now, do you think because of the number of one-sided games at the start of this contest, is it something that the organizers could have thought about in terms of scheduling, etc.? Because from the Super Fours with better teams and Sri Lanka and Afghanistan and India and Pakistan, that's where the real tournament will happen. There are two sides to the story. One, because unless you get these relatively weaker teams to play the better teams, they'll never improve. That is why a 10-team World Cup or a 12-team World Cup, we've seen that with football, 48 teams, though you might say that in football the gap is closer. On the other hand, if you say, oh, you know what, we will just play with the top teams, that's a Champions Trophy. That's not going to really help these teams. So where do you stand in this? It's a peculiar catch-22. I actually want UAE to play. I want Oman to play. I know how much Pankaj Kimji has worked for the game. So what if there are a couple of weak matches, etc.? We've seen that everywhere. Whether it is the first round in tennis, in the first round in the Olympic Games, in boxing, in wrestling, in any sport. If you do not play against these teams, they will never have the chance of improvement. Garvi?
Absolutely. In order for them also to realize where they stand when it comes to world cricket, they have to go up against the best in the business. I think that's just how it works, especially when we talk about these tournaments and the fact that they're getting an opportunity to play against teams like India. I think it's a huge learning moment for smaller teams like that, or considerably weaker teams. But at the same time, if you look at the commercial side of it, you said, can you schedule it better so that there's more hype or something like that. I think it's deliberate when you have the better matches at the end of the group stage, so that you're sort of building up the hype. You're sort of building up the hype to the semi-finals and the finals and the bigger matches, and it's a rise, and it's consistent. It's not that you have two great games to start off with, and then you have a UAE match where the numbers sort of dip or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't work on that side of the business, but I think it also has something to do with that. But it's very important that these nations come out and play against teams like India, play against better teams, so that they know where they stand at the moment and how much they have to improve.
On
Sumit,
that, I
last
want to come in.
yeah,
Gaurav,
please.
if I may, I want to come in on that. I think a lot, and having worked on that part of the business, I think a lot of thought goes into how you open the match and then how you set up a rivalry week, sometime into the game. And then when you come to the business end of the tournament, how you pair the teams in order to get the best out of them in terms of a rivalry. And I think that goes a long way in terms of actually setting up expectations for a tournament like this, especially given that, and I wrote about this on the Red Sports write up a few days ago. Beyond just a preparation for the World Cup, it has to be really about positioning itself as something for the continent. And I think it's an opportunity to create a difference. And I think scheduling does play a part in the overall success of a tournament like this.
Shomit, yes, final question to you, and then you can add your point. Based on today, do you see any change against the match for Pakistan, or we now know the 11? Because now that
No,
you've put this 11 out on the pack, this is the 11 that will play Pakistan. Shomit.
I, against Pakistan, I don't see any change. Maybe against next game against Oman, Bumrah might sit out. He might cool his heels, and Arshdeep might come in for Bumrah just to manage his workload. But against Pakistan, I think this is the 11. This is the 11. And just my two pence about this Asia Cup and the mismatch and all. See, sport can never be survival for the fittest. Sport has to be inclusive. I mean, this Asia Cup has a bigger picture. Why does BCCI agree? Why does BCCI agree to play it? Because Asia Cup is not only about Pakistan. Asia Cup is about Oman, these associate nations, UAE, and other associates, and the revenue it generates that helps them continue with their cricket. I mean, if it were just survival for the fittest, then India would have never gotten a chance to play in the Football World Cup, even in the qualifiers. India doesn't, right? So simply, sport is has to be inclusive, and that because this Asia Cup is a good venture. It was initiated by Mr. Jagmohan Dalmia, and Mr. Jagmohan Dalmia was always very inclusive. So from that point of view, and it has carried on, and all the BCCI presidents and all the BCCI office bearers who have followed, they have continued with Mr. Dalmia's vision, with his legacy, and this inclusivity. So we should, in fact, we should praise BCCI for that, for being inclusive.
I absolutely entirely agree. I mean, I'll just answer a couple of these questions, and then somebody said, if we are critical, we'll improve, folks. Be critical. But if you think you'll use words like joke, that's not being critical, that's trolling. You think you'll troll. I'm not one of those people to take trolling lying down. I'll give you a couple of kicks up your ass, backside and throw you out. It's as simple as that. Don't give me this trolling and don't think you'll get away with that. It doesn't happen with me. I've seen this trolling. I've trended 2 years at seen trolling at number one. So you think you'll troll my journalists and get away? Not happening. Coming back to somebody says internet. Ashok, by the way, is a resident of Dubai, is using the best internet connection. That's what we can get. Why don't you buy one of these internet cables and give it to us, Vivek Banerjee? If you have that kind of money, if you're the biggest industrialist of the world, we'll take your contribution from Red Sports and use that. Come on, have some sense, man. Have some sense. Closing the show, I think it was a match along expected lines, absolutely along expected lines. Did not expect anything else from India against the United Arab Emirates. Sunday will be a different game. It will be a difficult game. It will not be a walk in the park. Most importantly, the kind of pressure that all the 22 players will be under is no joke. It is being held against the backdrop of what has transpired in Pelgaon and Operation Sindoor. So anyone who is playing in that match will know that the country will brook no failure. That's the match to cover for the geopolitics of it. So we will be there. We will be there and bring you all the coverage, exactly what transpires in Dubai. Whether it's Ashok, whether it's Gargi, whether it's myself, whether it's Bharat, and whether it's Rohit Juglan. It is my job to protect Rohit Juglan, and I will make sure I stand up to that task. So that's what we have for you tonight. It's 10:30. Give yourself a break and go and have a couple of, what do you want? Have a mishti for a Bengali and enjoy your night. And stop trolling because you'll never get anywhere with your trolling. Shomit Chakraborty, Gargi Raut, Ashok Nambudri, thank you very much for joining us. That's what we have for you tonight. And yes, I will put Rohit Juglan's review out for you tomorrow morning for you to have another go at him because the more you go, the more I'll put him on the channel. That's how it is. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.